So welcome to my channel. Let's just get right into this. So in January 2025, the Eat Lancet 2.0 report was issued. So after I reviewed it, I thought, I'm going to make a video and give my 2 cents. So first off, it's important to know who funded the report. It was the Rockefeller Foundation and the Novo Nordisk Foundation. Why is this important? Because they both promote plant-based diets. No bias there, right? I'm sure. They use the smokescreen of wanting sustainable food and reduced greenhouse gases, right? So my theory is that they just want a way to control the population through nutrition. Because who holds the food supply holds the power. So what are they recommending? Well, it's insane, right? It's almost as bad, probably worse than the original 1980 food pyramid that they put out, right? That was a load of bullshit and made up and had no science behind it. This is about the same. They have 2 to 5 servings of fruit, 5 to 7 servings of veggies and grains each, 1 to 2 servings of legumes, 3 to 5 servings of nuts and seeds, right? This is where it just gets ridiculous. Less than a half an ounce of red meat per week, up to 3.5 ounces of chicken, and 7 to 10 ounces of fish with 1 ounce of healthy fats. The result of this diet would be forced vegetarianism, right? We would be forced to be vegetarians. Make no mistake, we are in a fight. A fight with the rich elites that want us controlled under the guise of food sustainability. So my recommendation, being a certified ketogenic carnivore nutrition coach and having been animal-based low-carb ketogenic for almost 15 years now, I recommend a minimum of 80% of nutrition from animal products, mainly ruminant animals, and a maximum of 20% plant products. Right? It's known that animal products contain more bioavailable nutrients than plant products, right? Generals would feed their soldiers meat prior to battle because they could receive all the nutrients that they needed, whereas slaves and prisoners were on a bread and water diet because it made them weaker. So this report does talk out both sides of its face, right? In one section of the report, it says that the diet can meet the nutritional needs and be sustainable, but at the same time, it says that B12 iron and omega-3 fatty acids may be challenging to get. So which is it? Is it healthy or isn't it healthy? And I can tell you, it's not healthy. So going into the health benefits, right, the report says that it could prevent approximately 15 million premature deaths annually. Okay, well, words matter, and could can also mean could not, which means they have no idea, right? So understand that where it says that in the report that the diet is linked to lower rates of type 2 cardiovascular, cancer, obesity, and depression, linked to. It's not causation. They haven't proven, right? They've taken some observational studies where they ask people what they ate once a year, where they consider a hamburger with fries and a soda as meat and a lasagna as meat, and they say, see, eating fruits and vegetables is better for you, right? Well, newsflash, I don't eat a hamburger with the bun and all the veggies. I sure as hell don't have the fries, and I definitely don't have the soda. So they're always concerned, or they use the concern of the environment for promoting this plant-based bullshit, right? They always say, oh, it's the impact, those damn cow farts and the CO2 emissions. And so I thought, let's look at this. So right now, there are 323 registered cruise ships in the world, right? And they emit annually 30 million tons of CO2. Okay, there are 20,000 registered private jets. Okay, that's private jets, it's not commercial. That's 20,000 private jets, right? And they're emitting almost 10 million tons of CO2 annually. Why isn't that talked about? Right? Why isn't the number of cruise ships and the number of private jets talked about? If they really care about the environment. Just think about that. So what they really want, and this is in my 2 cents, they really want the Hunger Games, right? They want the Capitol, they want District 13. I don't really think they want everybody in between. They want them as the elitists having their steak and lobster and all their fancy food that they know is healthy for them, while promoting a nutrient deficient diet for the rest of us. So they always love to pick on the cattle, right? Those damn cows, the most nutrient dense food on the planet that we can eat. Oh, those blasted cows, right? Per cow, it's about 21 tons of emissions. Now granted, they're speculating on that, right? It's not like they can fill the cow tank and go, yep, they went that many miles on that much fuel. Whereas they can do that with a cruise ship, they can do that with a private jet, right? They can say that they put in X amount of gallons, it produced this much carbon dioxide. They're speculating here on what they think a cow produces. Look and compare, and if they really, really want to save the planet, or if they just want to control us. So an alternate to this insane, unhealthy, vitamin mineral deficient diet is to plant trees. Really, 1 acre of mature trees can absorb about 2.6 tons of CO2 annually. Okay, that's 1 acre. This could impact the entire planet in a positive way. For example, I live on 5 acres. If I planted just 2 acres of trees, I myself and my husband could save approximately 5.2 tons of CO2 annually, right? That's just me. Imagine what the 7.8 billion people in the world could do if we took land and started planting trees instead of clear cutting it so we can make crops for ourselves, right? I live in sagebrush, right? I live out in God's country. And yes, trees grow here, but not much else does, right? You can't agricultural on the hill that I live on. The cattle come and they eat the grass, right? You're not going to plant crops here. So I could plant trees here, and I can be a net positive to the environment. I don't believe this report is about sustainable food. I think it's about control. Because we are carnivorous omnivores, right? We are designed to eat large quantities of meat and small amounts of fruits, veggies, and grains. So I personally won't be adopting this insanely deficient diet, right? I'll continue to purchase beef and remain healthy, right? You have to decide for yourself, right? Are you being sold a bag of shit with this report or getting valid information? You better make sure that you choose wisely. So with that, I wish you a blessed day.